A lot of times people talk about using different literary techniques, different journalistic styles and all, in order to tell a story that engages a reader, a viewer, a listener, and makes them continue through your story and have interest in your story and read your story or see your story all the way to the end. New York Times did spend a year looking into the issue of diabetes and how in New York, 1 out of 8 New Yorkers are afflicted by diabetes. When you read this story, what you find is that it's not just the story of a disease, it's a story of a community and a neighborhood that is in some ways trying to cope with it, in some ways totally in denial about some of it, and what their everyday life is like and how it affects the poor outcome in a lot of ways of the disease. In other words, because of nutrition, because of the lack of ability to go out and exercise, and the food they eat. In the lead, Santos Alicea tottered haltingly over to the art shop in East Harlem, his legs screaming. The regulars knew what he was going through. They always did. The diabetes was speaking. He confirmed this with numerical rigor. 228, his nasty blood sugar reading this morning. Nods all around. They had ugly numbers too. James De La Vega owned the art shop on Lexington Avenue near 104th Street, regarded the sidewalk out front as his living room. There, with his friends and family, he shared a lot over the years: Latino art, culture, the slow cadences of East Harlem life, runs of hard luck, and diabetes. The ability to write a paragraph like that, to saying that it touches your life, is the ability to write with authority on a subject. I did a story in which I was following up one of the victims of the riots back in '92, the Rodney King riots, and I was part of the quote death squad. We had to go back and look at everybody who died. So I was following this family, Than Lam family, who were Vietnamese Chinese. He was killed as he was leaving his store, and I'd gone to the initial funeral and then went to their house all the time. I mean, they were polite enough. I was talking to the funeral, but the parents never opened up, and one brother did, but none of the others did. And I would go there, and everything from the customs, taking shoes off and just talk with them, until one night, after I'd been there, the mother leaned over and she goes like this to my face, and she goes, "Just like Than Lam." And it was the go-ahead sign for the brothers to talk to me. But it was like she had given with that one little gesture that, and then the brother said, "My father says you were here all the time, and so we'll talk." But it's one of those moments where, as a reporter, you sit there, what did it? What was it?